You know, we can take functions and actually combine them together using the arithmetical properties that we know that hold for numbers. Let's take a look. First of all, there's some notation that we can write down for this. Suppose I have two functions, f of x and g of x. If I want to add them together, that's going to generate a new function, which is called the sum of those two functions. And we write that as f plus g of x. That just means the function that's defined to be the first function plus the second. F minus g of x is the function that's defined to be f of x minus g of x. So just some notation, but let's actually look at some examples, and you can see there's nothing really exciting going on here, but it is important. Suppose f of x equals 3x squared plus 5x plus 2, and g of x equals 3x plus 2. Now, the question is, suppose you want to find the function f plus g of x. That's the sum function, which means that what you want to do is you want to add up those two functions. So we take this function, and we're going to add them together. So one way to add them together is to think about writing them like this, if you want. Because remember, when we add like terms. We add like terms. And so here I see there's no x squareds here, so I just see 3x squared plus, but here I have 5x's plus 3 more x's, so I have a total of 8 x's, and then I have a 2 plus a 2 is a 4. And so what I discover now is that if I add these two functions together, the sum function, the result will actually be 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. That's the definition of the sum function. Now, what about the difference function? Well, the difference function can be found in the exact same way, except now we're going to subtract. So if I want to find the function f minus g of x, what I do is I take f, I take g, and now I'm going to subtract them. Now, if I line them up this way, then you can sort of see how we can subtract like terms. 3x squared minus 0 is 3x squared. 5x minus 3x is plus 2x, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So in fact, f minus g, that function, that difference function, is just going to be 3x squared plus 2x. Adding and subtracting functions, no big deal.